Welcome to the Improved Garage YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It allows me to have affiliate links, to advertise, to do things to fund the existence of the channel. So today, I thought that I would show two different packages of premium speaker wire. I'm using the term premium loosely because there is speaker wire out there that is incredibly expensive, that is silver conductors and like crazy money. So what I'm talking about are pairs of speaker wire that are pre-made, that are, 14 gauge, or they have a coating on them, they have pre-installed banana plugs, something that's like 20 bucks for a 10-foot pair. So I ordered a couple options off of Amazon because, I don't know, just wanted to see the difference between them. So first I ordered Monoprice Affinity Premium braided speaker wire. It's a 10-foot pre-constructed pair with banana plugs already on them. And then I ordered GearIT 14 gauge premium heavy duty speaker wire with dual gold banana plugs, oxygen free copper, white. This one's white, this one's black. They make these in black as well. And this was somewhere in the same price. They're like $15 to $20 for a piece of speaker wire. Now, it seems like a lot of money. Decent banana plugs I found are about $6 a pair, give or take. So if you're going to spend $12 on banana plugs, and then you have to get the wire, and then it's in like these are in jackets, and they have heat shrink on them, or molded tips on them to just make them look nicer. Probably this isn't much more expensive than the sum of its parts. So I just thought that I would kind of show what they look like. So if you're thinking about spending $20 on a piece of speaker wire for your setup like this, you can. So the Monoprice Affinity, I already opened a pair, but they come in this plastic bag. They have twist ties on both sides of it, very basic packaging. And this is what they look like. They do have a tag on them, a Monoprice tag, which is that guy right there. Speaker wires are both identical. They have this kind of black and silver braided coating, one red, one black. These ends are threaded, so you can unscrew them, and you can see underneath that they're applied with a set screw. The bananas have six conductors, and they're spring loaded, of course. So they have two separate speaker wires, so there's actually this kind of messiness in the middle, but there's like a clear heat shrink on the end, on the middle, there, and then on the other end. So on a 10-foot piece, there are 3 pieces of heat shrink, and then the other end looks the same. It has another logo on it. Now, I did open these and the ends were loose. They can only be tightened so much. So, they just kind of are what they are. But they don't seem bad. They're 14 gauge. The ends seem nice and tight. They seem like they don't look bad if they had to be visible in some way. I'm not crazy about the fact that the conductors are completely separate and that there isn't like a shared jacket to hold them together the entire length of the cable. I just think that there's a messiness to that. But, whatever. They are what they are. So in this bag, I have the GearIT, and this is a 10-footer, this is a 3-footer. So let's take a look at what we've got here. So again, practically the same bag. There's a little QR code in here to leave a review. Single twist tie. This is again 14 gauge. but it's a little different in how they constructed it. So they have a single shared jacket through the entire length of the wire. And then they have these strain relief, well, not strain relief, but like these ends to make it look clean on the end. Now you'll notice that one of the caps actually just kind of flew off as I was unwinding it, but these do just thread on. That one was loose in the package. That one is a little loose. Excuse me. That one was loose. That one was loose. So, you know, there's 100% of them are loose. But I think these look nice. They only have one spring-loaded conductor on them. I don't know if that's going to be better or worse from a longevity standpoint. I think that it's going to make the contact patch inside the 5-way binding post a little bit smaller, but I don't know that it truly matters when I'm talking about 50 watts from a little 2-channel amplifier. So if we look at the back of our speakers, these speakers have 5-way binding posts, and I was just using these Stinger 16 gauge speaker wire, a little left over from the car, to connect it. So let's see what they look like. So we've got our negative, our positive. They do fit nice and tight. It requires a little bit of effort to pull them out, but they do come out. I think that they look actually pretty good. So plug this one in here and in here. And then we'll take the Monoprice Affinity and we'll just try that out on the other speaker. So loosen that up. Loosen that up. Get rid of that. And so these are easier to put in and out, but they also seem to simultaneously be tighter because they have more material actually contacting the post. That's interesting. And same thing on this side. They're easier to put in, but they also seem more solid once they're in there. Yeah, so that's really it. I would say that the comparison is a little inconclusive. I like the jackets better on this because it's complete and it doesn't separate the two conductors in their own separate casing, their own separate wire that looks sloppy in between the receiver and the speakers, or the amplifier and the speakers. But I like the ends on the Monoprice ones a lot better. So I would say that the GearIT wires with the Monoprice ends would probably be like kind of the best of both worlds, if you will. But yeah, so they both seem fine. They both seem like they're going to do the job. I think the Monoprice have a little bit nicer connectors, and I think that the GearIT have a little bit nicer overall finish and look to them, aesthetic look. All right, so I just wanted to add a quick update. Buy the GearIT wires. Nothing against Monoprice. I have lots of their stuff. It's been good. But I had 2 ends fail between 8 ends that are on 2 cables. One of them, the retainers came off. It was left in a speaker. I pulled it out with a pair of pliers. Didn't ruin anything, but came off. And then the other one, it just came off. Like came off. So one of these was on each side of the cable. One was plugged in the amp, one was plugged into the speaker. The other one's been fine. The GearIT's been fine. They weren't overly tight. I don't know, like I mentioned in the earlier section of the video, they are simultaneously easier to pull in and out, and also they felt tighter inside the speakers than the GearIT. But what's the point of buying a pre-terminated cable if you have to re-terminate them? So I added a pair of these. These terminations are from Episode. I think I know they're from Snap AV, but I think they're Episode branded products. Episode is owned under the Snap AV umbrella. So I just re-terminated the black end on both sides, and I moved the red barrel to the other one. But so I still like the wires. I still think that they're, that they're nice. I like the casing and stuff, but the ends obviously aren't fantastic. And Monoprice does sell the ends separately. Monoprice also lifetime warrants their cables. If I sent them an email, I'm sure they would send me a new pair of cables. But I mean, it's a $10 pair of cables. I'm okay with that. I just put new ends on it. We get on with my life. I don't need to claim a warranty on it. So that's it. Just to wrap this up, I didn't hear any sound difference between the two cables. I think the white ones are more aesthetically pleasing because they're all in the same jacket. Those are the ones that I would lean towards, all things being equal, price being equal. So they're the ones that I'm using for my speaker setup here in the garage.